Welcome, Grizzly Nation. Here we are, November 11th, Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day for all the people who have served and all the families who have sacrificed. I'm Al Podman, voice of the Grizzlies. Scott, here we are. Semifinal action today.
Big day, big cold, but here we are. We're in Hampton, and talk to me about this diner. This is unbelievable.
Fast Eddie's right on Route 1. You can't get better than this. Homemade bagels, corned beef hash, and home fries. But it's the bagels that really did the job.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I'm from Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. These bagels, I'm telling you, they are A+.
Well, listen, we're learning an awful lot today, all about the process. I never knew that bagels were boiled. But that's apparently the secret of the sauce.
It is the secret. If you take the shortcuts, it doesn't come out as good.
Doesn't come out as good. And we hope the Grizzlies come out on top just like these bagels today.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about today's game, Alan. I mean, the big element is the weather. It's going to be a really cold day, probably between 35 to 37 degrees. Wind chill factor probably 30.
You know, if you factor in what these kids are, 17, 18 years old, whether it's 34, 44, or 54, I don't think it matters to them. It matters to everybody else sitting in the stands. So we choose to do the pregame today in the confines of a nice, friendly, warm place like Fast Eddie's.
Yeah, and Fast Eddie's been very friendly to us. Great breakfast.
Terrific.
Yeah.
We met Lucas, former Exeter student. We sent our condolences. You can't always win, but, this is going to be the big game. We saw Winnacunnett earlier in this season, Scott, come back to the game. And what I was impressed with most was the throwing arm of the quarterback. I think he's probably the best passing quarterback in the state. That's just my opinion. And he has a great wide receiver in his younger brother.
Yeah, I think it's not only their offense, but let's talk about their defense. I mean, they held Goffstown 138 yards in their first matchup where Winnacunnett won on that last-minute drive, 9-6. But the big story was that they shut down Goffstown's offense, especially in that second half.
Goffstown certainly was able to put up points. They're able to put up points all season, but certainly the defense. If you took two teams of all teams in Division I, really the two teams that mirror each other are the Warriors and the Grizzlies. They both have a running attack. They both run the option, and they both have very good defense.
Yeah, the big thing that is so similar in both of these teams is their team defensive speed. I mean, they are both really super fast to the ball. The one thing that, from Goffstown's perspective, that they need to be careful of is turnovers. And they got lucky. Last game they played, Winnacunnett had 5 turnovers, but it didn't cost Winnacunnett. And I think, I don't think we're going to be able to get 5 turnovers on this team again. So
and, like today, the conditions were certainly a factor. That's one of the reasons I think Coach decided to take that safety. It was started to get more than drizzly. There were some high snaps pinned within the 10. You drop the ball there, that's all of a sudden a touchdown for the Warriors. Decide to take the safety, kick the ball off from a standard tee. Now the Warriors only have a minute 25 to come down. They hadn't scored all game, so why not give them that chance? But give it to McDougal, the quarterback, for marching the team all the way down to the 1-yard line with 9 seconds on the clock, and then they punch it in for the win.
You talk a lot about Goffstown's linebackers. You talk about Pinard and Poisson and
Brown
and Brown, and they are outstanding and arguably the best 3 in the state.
I think so.
But those who are here at Winnacunnett will kind of tell you the same thing. I mean, their linebacking core here is solid, as well as their safety. It's just a great team. It's going to be a battle today.
I think the players to look out for the Warriors is certainly McDougal, the quarterback, McDougal, the receiver, number 12, Welch, pretty fast. And also the unknown that we haven't seen was that Billy Powers. I believe his first name is Billy. Obviously, he's going to school on a scholarship for track, so the kid can run. I think he has an injury. I don't know if he's recuperated from that injury, but if he comes back, he could certainly be a
right, because Goffstown didn't see him the first game of the season, so certainly you add any new wrinkle into the equation. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're Winnacunnett on defense, you're going to see some different formations from Goffstown. When they played Goffstown the first time, Andrew Duval got 1 offensive touch the entire game.
They were able to isolate and keep him away from the ball, and let's be honest, one of the best defenses is to keep the best player away from the ball.
Right, so I think you'll see some new wrinkles here. I think you'll see Duval in the backfield. I think you'll see different formations. You might see a tight end set. You're going to see a lot of different things. Justin Huft is arguably the best coach in Division I, or top 3.
And when it comes to making adjustments in the second half, no one better.
Right, and I've often said this. I mean, we have some really super talented players on Goffstown, but the ones that he turns average players into like above average talent. He just does, and I've seen that over the years with him, especially linemen. He's able to cultivate linemen and just really do a really good job. If you look at last week, we were pretty much outsized, by 20, 30 pounds per player. but yet they were able to battle with Exeter. They had that one kid, number 70.
Oh, 6'7".
Right.
290, 3 tons.
And he's going to Syracuse on scholarship. And, we held our own against them.
We did better than held our own. We actually beat the Blue Hawks. And, it is going to be an exciting game. The conditions are going to be a factor. But, fans, we hope you're loving the broadcast. We've enjoyed bringing the broadcast to you all season. Hopefully you appreciate GTV Sports and enjoy the game.
All right. Like I say, if you're ever down here in Hampton, right, you got to check this place out.
You got to come out to Fast Eddie's right on Route
Although,
1.
I don't know if we're not really do promotion, but, hey, it's good
Can we
food.
even do a promotion?
I don't know. We're not really doing a promotion. Just talking about how the food
We're talking
goes
about
here.
how fantastic it was.
It's a food.
Bagels are terrific.
A food critique show, yeah. It's good.
Thank you. Welcome, Grizzly Nation, to semifinal football, November 11, 2017. I'm Al Potvin, voice of the Grizzly with GTV Sports. Joined, as always, Scott. It's a little chilly today.
You know what? We've been spoiled all season long, Alan. I mean, we've been dealing with, 70-degree
70,
games
85
in
one
October.
day.
And now we've got about a 30-degree day windshield factors. We're in Hampton, which is only about a mile from the ocean, if that.
It's chilly from the coast. The Grizzlies are in away white jerseys. They will be moving left to right across your TV screen. They have Winnacunnett won the toss, I believe, Scott. And Grizzlies are kicking off. Winnacunnett will defer. Set back is all of the Grizzlies' weapons. And the kick is up. Good, clean kick. Fielded by the quarterback. He's going to do it. Duvall gets the ball. He's on his feet, dipping out. He's down at about the 24-yard line. Grizzlies will be 1st and 10. First possession today in Hampton.
Yeah, that one really wasn't set up as normally as they do it. It was almost easy who's going to be getting that ball.
It's kind of scary to have Charlie be out there, too, for an impact. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Boy, he can get tripped up, hit.
So last time around, Winnacunnett beat Goffstown 9-6 on the last drive of the game.
9 seconds on the clock, Scott.
Yeah, just a great defensive battle between two top contenders here in a semifinal game. So let's see what Goffstown can do, Alan, in their first drive.
First drive, Charlie Keith coming out to the line of scrimmage. Bottom of the screen, number 81, that's Jared Heidenreich, wide receiver, big 6'4". Top of your screen is Colby Putnam.
Interesting. You've got Duval in the backfield?
Duval in the backfield. Jackson Net is not there. Chenard is in the slot position on top of the screen. Nice to get some momentum early here, Scott. In the shotgun, that Keith, low snap. Keeps it himself, and he's
he got
wide
swarmed.
away. The penetration, is that number 74?
Number 74. That's James Finici.
Finici, yeah. Excellent penetration through the line. Got to Charlie right away.
If anything, he might have lost a couple of yards on that one.
You know, Scott, keep in mind, last time we played, they limited Andrew Duval to touching the ball, how many, 5 times maybe?
I think it was even less than that.
Maybe 3.
A couple of touches, yeah.
So now, this is clearly one way to get Andrew back in the game. Keith to Duval. No, Keith has it himself. Picking up maybe 3 yards on the play at about the 27-yard line.
He was brought down by number 64, and that is Andrew Mills. But he got good penetration. This would be a very long 3rd down and about 10.
And, Scott, this is no surprise. We knew that both of these teams have tremendous defenses.
Yeah, scratch that.
Clearly we're seeing that.
Make that 3rd down and 7. I apologize.
3rd and 7. And now we see Jack come out to the backfield. Jack Stinnett. Charlie rolling to his left immediately, looking to pass. Is covered. That's intended for Colby Putnam.
He took quite a shot. So Charlie Keith took a shot on that play. And, that's why Jack Stinnett is there. Jack Stinnett is the block, and he let his guy go right by him.
Now we're going to see the special teams unit for the Grizzlies, number 57. That's Eric Lefebvre coming out to punt for the Grizzlies.
So that was a quick 3-and-out for Goffstown. And that's one of the things, the Warriors of Winnacunnett have just done an awesome job all season long on defense.
New addition to the special teams there is Adam Moses. If you take a peek right there, he's now in that middle position to block any penetration. Excellent kick by Lefebvre.
Fair catch.
Sending Warriors all the way back down to the 34-yard line, and he's limping. I don't know if he just twisted, but caught that ball fair as number 12. That's Welch.
So on that play, it was very predictable for Goffstown. It was, run, pass. Almost reminded me of some NFL teams who had that same formula.
Scott, keep in mind, last time we were here, both Joey Poisson and Carter Chouinard had interceptions on the day. On McDougal.
Yeah, and that was a situation where Winnacunnett had 5 turnovers.
McDougal under center, 2 in the backfield. He's rolling around. He's under a lot of pursuit. Joey Poisson is there. He's rolling around. He makes the corner.
He breaks the edge, though.
He's over the 40. He's at about the 45, 47-yard line. He gets a first down by scrambling, but excellent pressure by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Grizzlies got pressure, but they didn't contain the edge.
Right.
And that allowed McDougal to get around and pick up about 12 yards on that play, and clearly they had him out of the pocket.
McDougal's a big kid. He's 6'3", 185, so he certainly can see over the line. But just, a broken play turned into a first down for the Warriors.
Now you're seeing Goffstown very much like Winnacunnett. It's got a lot of guys up in that box.
McDougal under center, 2 in the back. That's Billy Powers. He's going to have the option. Penetrated right away.
He picks up 5 yards, though,
Picked
Alan.
up 5 yards, yeah, on the mishap. I think Jared Heidenreich thought McDougal still had the ball, as a lot of us did.
Yeah, so Winnacunnett so far, first couple of plays have picked up 15 yards. One on a play by McDougal, and now this one's a 5-yard run. So now they're going to be, about second and 4?
We're going to have 2nd and 4 on the 47, the Grizzly 47. McDougal is there. Scott, who's the gentleman in the black sleeves in the backfield? Do you got a number on him?
I will get that for you in a second.
McDougal from the 47. Handoff right away, right up the middle.
That's another first down or close to it.
Yeah, that's going to be.
And that will be a first down.
That's number 6. That's Billy Powers. Billy Powers just chose to go to Cornell for a full scholarship for track and field. He was the New Hampshire Gatorade Track and Field Player of the Year this last spring.
So very interesting what you're seeing with Winnacunnett is as soon as their offensive line sets, within a second, they're snapping the ball. Let's see if that's a trend that they're going to be doing throughout the game.
First and 10 from the Grizzly 42.
If it is, that'll be a tell.
First and 10 from the 42. Warriors are moving the ball. McDougal keeps it himself. Jared, no, handed it off. Scott, they got that little misplay, that misdirection, and that looks like to be number 28. That's Jordan Fuller on the carry.
And they're going over the left side of their line on every play.
Absolutely.
So they're trying to exploit a weakness in Goffstown's defense on that left side, and that's going to be
Joshua Picard and Adam Moses right in the middle.
Before you had Moses on that left side, if you remember.
Yeah, initially when he first started as a sophomore. McDougal with 2 in the back. That's Fuller and Powers. Fuller gets the call again, right up the middle. Picking up a hard-fought first down again.
So that'll be another first down on Goffstown's 29-yard line. And so far,
Winnacunnet's
line is dominating. So their defensive line dominated on Goffstown's first drive. And on this first drive for Winnacunnett, they're pushing Goffstown around.
And Scott, I guess there's no need to pass the ball when you can run the ball the way that they're doing right now.
This looks like it's almost like Exeter grinded out football.
Bottom of the screen is Welch. He's a big target for McDougal. McDougal rolling to the right this time. That's Powers picking up about 5-6 yards.
I think that's the difference. The first time we played them, Powers was not in the game. He was injured.
Correct.
And he picks up another, they're getting 5 yards on first downs.
On every carry. Yeah. I mean, they're taking 2. I don't think they've had a third down yet, have they?
No.
Moving the ball nicely, chewing up the clock. 7:30 on the clock remaining here in the first quarter in Hampton. A chilly Hampton, that is.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any graphics on our camera, so we're gonna have to try to.
We'll fill you in on time the best we can.
Exactly.
McDougal with Fuller and Powers.
Handoff up the middle.
Delayed handoff to Fuller.
And that's Poisson on the tackle, number 5. And that'll bring up our first third down.
3rd and 5. Ball is on the Grizzly 22. Scott, I can't really see the clock. Is that 6:50 or 5:50 on the clock?
6.
6:50 remaining in the first quarter.
Although this is a situation where Winnacunnett will go for it on fourth if they don't pick it up here because they've had such good success.
Why wouldn't you? And you're at the 22-yard line of the Grizzlies, knocking on the doorstep. That's McDougal. Handoff once again. This time looked like that's Fuller.
That was Heidenreich.
He's got the first down.
It is a first down. Heidenreich with that tackle. So right now it looks like Winnacunnett is clearly winning the battle on the offensive line.
At the line of scrimmage, they're controlling the game. They're picking up 2, 3, 4, 5 yards every time they touching the ball.
And that's one of the good things about when you got a great defense and you kick off to the other team, you stop them, you get great momentum.
McDougal to Fuller.
He keeps it, though. That's going to be a touchdown.
That's a touchdown right into the corner. Chased down by Andrew Duval right at the goal line, and I believe that's a touchdown.
He was short by about not even a yard, so he's on the 1 foot line.
He's at the 1 foot line, and he's got 4 downs to get it in because he made the first down. Excellent play. See, Scott, hand it off up the middle, hand it off up the middle, hand it off up the middle. Keep it yourself and fake everybody out.
Yeah, so Goffstown's on their heels this first drive. There's no doubt about it.
Well, the last time the Warriors were on the 1 was 9 seconds remaining on the clock last time we were here, and we know exactly what they did.
Yeah, so this is almost like a layup right now with a first down and on the 1 yard. Unless there's a penalty here, it's going to be a sneak.
Yeah, he rolled in.
You see, but
touchdown Warriors. McDougal on the 1 yard carry.
That play right there, that touchdown was indicative of that drive because they're just pushing the Goffstown defenders off the ball.
That play there came a lot easier than it did the last time we were playing.
Oh yeah.
I mean they are a well-oiled machine. They're controlling the momentum. Warriors go for the point after. Kick is up, and it's plenty of leg.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That's 7-0. That's number 21. Is that 21, Scott?
Yeah.
31. 31 on the kick. That's Kevin Gagnon. He's the kicker. Well, Grizzlies will have another opportunity. With 6 minutes on the clock, Grizzlies trail by 7.
I'm like, why can't I hear Allen, right? Because folks, it is pretty cold out here. And
the wind is howling.
We got the wind. We got a lot of gear on to try to keep as warm as possible. So, again, not a really good start for Goffstown there. Offensively, a 3 and out, and then they just did not stop Winnacunnett at all.
Certainly not the start of the game that you want.
No.
3 and out, and then the team marches right down systematically, Scott.
Yeah.
I mean, they looked like they did it with ease.
I agree.
This could end up being a very long day for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies have their formation for the return. Kick by Gagnon is nice, deep all the way to Duval from the own 7. I think Chenard has the ball. He's up the sideline. He's still on his feet, out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Grizzlies will be 1st and 10. This time 17 yards further than the initial kickoff. Let's see if that helps.
Yeah, and that was a nice play because Duval gets the ball, brings it over to the middle, and then they do that little razzle-dazzle, and Chouinard has a lot of good speed.
And, Scott, by now, all you got to do is look for the guy who's running the fastest. That's the guy with the ball.
Yeah. So they'll start at their 35-yard line.
Hard conditions to throw the ball, Scott, and be effective on a day like today for the quarterback as well as the receivers. In motion is Duval. That's Charlie. He's looking to pass right down the middle. Pass is intercepted. That looks like number 12. That's Eric Welch. Pass was intended for Carter Chenard. Looks like a miscommunication.
Well, Chouinard wasn't even looking for the ball, and it was Charlie threw the ball, and it was very it was like underthrown.
It looks underthrown,
and the wind took it.
I think a miscommunication. Thrown into the wind is certainly difficult. I don't think they can go that far, that deep on the ball. Warriors will be 1st and 10 from their own 37. Let's hope the Grizzly defense can put a stop in here.
That's exactly what you did not need. It was a turnover because your defense was on the field for quite a bit.
McDougal with Fuller and Powers. This time to Fuller, right up the middle. Picking up 4 or 5 yards on the carry one more time.
That was McDougal with that one.
McDougal held on to that?
Yep. McDougal hold on to it. This is really big for Goffstown. They got to get a stop here just to regroup. You know,
5 minutes, 5:20 on the clock. Ball on the Warrior 40, 2nd and 7.
Got Duval playing a deep safety right now.
And they are just methodically moving right up the middle. Nothing fancy, Scott. Quick little pass over the middle. Pass is intended for the younger McDougal. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 7. You know, he's got quite a height advantage too, Scott.
Big.
I mean, he's a big kid. He's 6'5", 215 as a junior.
You know, not for nothing. That's the play that beat us in Exeter too.
Yeah.
That tight end coming off.
Quick little 3-4 steps and lob it
right
over the
linebacker. Right. So this is a huge 3rd down and 7 for the Grizzlies defense. They got to get a stop here, and obviously Winnacunnett looking to keep going. See if they bring some pressure.
McDougal looking to pass, rolling to the right.
No pressure at all.
Number 75. I looked down.
He was down.
Yeah, he's got a 1st down and more. He's across the 50. Brought down by Pennard.
I thought he was down. I thought the ball
I thought
was
the
down.
ball hit the ground.
The ball hit the ground.
I thought so too. I don't know. Maybe that's not the body. So if the ball touches.
No. If the ball hits the ground, you're done.
It looked like the ball hit the ground. But either way, they get a 1st down. They're at the Grizzly 49-yard line.
So interestingly, it's been McDougal's legs that have really been the difference here. He's played rush for 35, 40 yards already.
And not his arm.
Yeah.
McDougal to Powers.
Yeah, that
loss
one,
of 1 yard on the play. Ball's on the 50.
You got Cuddy in on that one.
Yep. Again, when they're going that direction, it seems like we're able to control the momentum a little more.
Yeah, so they're definitely. It seems like they're attacking our right side of our line, which is would be number 75, Josh Picard. They're looking to attack him. And so far, they've been successful in running those plays. And it's also Heidenreich is on that side as well. He's got to get up there. Got a 2nd down and 10.
McDougal from the 49. Right there. That's Fuller. Picked up another 2 yards on the play.
So that's going to bring up down a 3rd down and 6, maybe 7 yards.
That looked like Pennard and Brown in on the tackle. That's going to bring us to about the 3.5-minute mark in the 1st quarter, where the Grizzlies trail by 7.
Yeah, and so far for Goffstown on offense, only 4 plays, a 3 and out, and then a quick interception.
I think you really would have liked to have run some more plays, just the number of plays.
3rd down and 6.
Dougal to the left, hands it off to Fuller.
He did not get it. He didn't get it. He's about a yard shy.
Oh, he's more than a yard shy. Yeah. That's going to bring up 4th and 6. But, Scott, you might even be in 4th down territory.
It's 4th down and 2, and they're probably going to go for it unless they want to play the game of field possession, which is not a bad way to go here.
Especially when you're running the ball and controlling the momentum.
I personally would go for it if I'm Winnacunnett because
you're picking up 3-4 yards every time you touch the ball.
You've dominated on the run, and again, if you give it up, it's only on the 40-yard line.
4th and 1 for the Warriors from the Grizzly 40. That's McDougal rolling out. Powers is there, but Cuddy wraps him up. Loss of a yard on the play. Great defensive stand by the Grizzlies.
So Evan Cuddy really made a great defensive play there, wrapping him up. And Allen, the big thing there was Goffstown desperately needed a change in momentum, and they got that.
That's a big play by Evan Cuddy, more than just the tackle, but like you said, just a morale booster for the entire Grizzly team.
You know, the one thing that we can also underscore, too, is that this is a semifinal game. For both teams, there's a lot of anxiousness, a little bit of nerves, and, these teams got to settle down. And hopefully for Goffstown, we're one big play away from tying this game up.
Absolutely. Now we have the usual backfield. That's Keith at the quarterback and Jacksonette in white. That's Duval in motion. Keith looking to pass again right across the middle. Pass intended for Chouinard.
Wide open and
incomplete.
Wide open, and you know what? Chouinard catches that ball.
He's fast.
He has a good chance for a touchdown. So
that play will come back again. We'll see that one again.
Very well executed in terms of the route, but unfortunately Charlie Keith couldn't get the throw to Chouinard. And they're using Duval again as a decoy in that situation because everyone's keying in on him, and Chouinard goes right up the seam.
Charlie in the shotgun, 2:27 on the clock. Charlie going to pass again. He's rolling to the left. Top of your
He's open.
screen.
He's just run.
He's passes incomplete, intended for Duval. Pass is intended about 30 yards downfield. That's a tough play, right on the sideline.
He's running to his left and then trying to throw it.
On a seam right down the sideline.
Yeah.
That's a tough play. Grizzlies find themselves 3rd and 10.
So what's interesting is that they, on that first drive, they ran, pass.
Now
it's pass.
Got to pass.
Right. But so far, the story is a stingy defense by the Warriors.
Very stingy defense. Charlie, he chooses to run this time, spreads it out, picks up about 6 yards on the play. Going to be well short of the first down.
Yeah, he's going to be short by about 4 yards.
Bring out the punting unit for sure.
Yeah, you got to do that. You can't give them a short field here, not in this situation. So this will bring up a second punt for Eric Lefebvre, number 57. And returning is what, Welsh and Powers, right?
Yep, that's Welch at the top of the screen and Billy Powers. You don't want the ball in Powers' hands.
He's too fast.
He's way too
he's
fast.
He's the track star. And they kick
Excellent kick one more time by Lefebvre.
And he fair catches it.
He's going to be down at the 24-yard line. Warriors will be 1st and 10. Deepest that they've been today. So excellent kick. The last couple times by Eric Lefebvre, special teams.
And most importantly, though, Alan, really good defense in terms of the rush. So the line is doing a much better job.
Oh yeah,
in terms of
they had I don't know if you saw, they had Josh White, they had Joey Poisson, and they had Adam Moses. So it looks like they've mixed up that protection unit before the punter.
All right, so that's another 3 and out though for Goffstown, which is going to keep your defense busy here. They're going to get awfully tired if Goffstown can't get any first downs, and so far no first downs.
McDougal looks like Powers. No, he's looking to pass. Passes out to Welch. Pass is complete. He's looked like he brought out of down bounds by St. Ange.
But St. Ange couldn't wrap him up quick.
No, picked up 6 yards on the play.
Picked up another 2 to 3 after the catch. So they're giving him almost 8 yards on that play, Alan.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right. 2nd down, 2 yards to go for the Warriors after a nice completion to Eric Welch.
So we're right, as you can hear, we're right next to the Winnacunnett band.
Band's all right with me. That's what football is all about. McDougal, Powers right up the middle. Wrapped up at the end by Pennard after he picked up first down plus maybe 6 yards on the total carry.
That's showing off Powers' speed right there. So he quickly got through that first line of defense. And then if it wasn't for that...
I'm sorry, that's not Billy Powers just checked himself into the game.
It was 27, I think, who had that one.
27 or 37? Nolan Wood or 27?
It looked like it was 20. I thought it was 27, but I could be wrong.
Camarado.
But look what Winnacunnet's doing. I mean, they're packing everybody in. Only one wide receiver.
McDougal rolls to his left, this time right up the middle. That's Fuller. Poisson on the tackle. Pickup of about 3 on the play.
So what Winnacunnett is doing is they're showing Goffstown all these different formations now. They got all these new wrinkles that they've put into it.
We're at the 40-second mark here in the first quarter. Grizzlies trail by 7.
And this game is going awfully quickly because of the running game.
And keep the clock moving, and maybe they're a little chilly too. I doubt that's the reason.
Yeah, well, for players too, they're running around. They don't get cold in these games.
McDougal, 2nd and 7. McDougal right to Fuller, right up the middle.
Yeah, but he's
wrapped up by Moses.
He's still picking up.
Picked up 4 yards on that carry.
You know, if you can average 4 or 5 yards on every carry,
that ball's going to keep moving.
You are going to win games. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
And the difference of that is Adam Moses tackled him, but it wasn't head on. It was more towards the trail as the person was running by. This is certainly a fast team up the middle.
Well, that's what I've been saying. You know, in all of our discussions about Winnacunnett, I felt that their defensive team speed is second to none. And they are really fast.
Scott, that brings us to a close of the first quarter. Grizzlies trail by 7. 7-0. Warriors here in Hampton. That was an amazing, really fast first quarter.
Well, if you recall, last week against Exeter,
was very
that
fast.
thing went fast as well. Yeah. And then the game slows down big time
sure does.
in the second half. So,
Scott, considering the Grizzlies were 3 and out 3 times, they're only trailing by 7.
True, but
you would expect a lot different of a score looking at the teams that just played that first quarter, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate to only be down by 7 points. Winnacunnett really dominated that first quarter, honestly. Big play by Evan Cuddy on that last drive.
Big stop by Evan.
So now we're going to be in another big third down. I think
third down, 3 to go from their own 47.
Yeah, so another big stop here. I don't think Winnacunnett will go for a fourth down, not at their own 46.
Not at the midfield.
Right, so
it'd be an opportunity to pin the Grizzlies all the way down and win that game of field possession.
So take note, only one wide receiver.
McDougal rolling to his left, keeps it himself, met right away by the Grizzlies. A loss of 1 to 2 yards on that play. Looks like that's Moses.
Pennard was in on that one.
Hanrahan were on that.
There was 3 Goffstown Grizzlies there. And now that'll bring up a fourth down. I would think the punting crew is going to come in, and they are.
Yep, here comes the punting crew. That should be Gagnon. Look for number 31 to put his foot on that ball. There he is. He's at about the 30-yard line. Set back to receive is none other than the mailman.
And you got to kick it away from Duval. You have to. Or kick it so high that he must fair catch it. You don't want him in any space at all.
Gagnon, good snap. Excellent foot on that ball. All the way backing up is Duval. He's down from his 15. He's on the sideline. He cuts back. He's going to be out of bounds.
Flag anyway.
Yep, so that's probably going to be in the area of holding.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt. That's going to put the Grizzlies inside the 20.
They'll probably be at the 10-yard line when all's said and done. So the story going back to that first quarter was all Pat McDougal, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
We don't keep stats, as we don't have the type of crew to do that. But it would not surprise me if McDougal had about 40 yards on the ground.
Well, Scott, as we said, this is going to be a game of possession. And now after this penalty, if the Grizzlies are at about the 10, and if they don't get a first down, and they're punting, now the Warriors are encroaching every time they get the ball. Now they're within midfield, and now it's just a game of time before they get into the end zone.
Yeah, so the illegal block in the back is a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the infraction. So they could be at the 5 to 10-yard line.
It looks like it was about
legal block
16.
in the back.
So they're going to be at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
10.
That's the 10. They're right at the 10. First and 10 for the Grizzlies with 11:10 on the clock as they trail the Warriors 7-0 here in Hampton.
Yeah, Duval in the slot, by the way.
Keith, right up the middle. That's Jack picking up some yards on the play.
He only got about 2, maybe 3. So again, the Warriors' defense has been stingy all year long, with the exception of last week's game against Bedford, where they put up Bedford put up a lot of points. So I don't know what Bedford was able to exploit, but Goffstown certainly hasn't been able to have that same.
Keith
block.
with Duval in motion. Keith keeps it himself, picking up another 2 to 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, but he's going to be about a third down and
3rd and 5.
At
least 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
The wind is certainly picking up, Scott.
Like I said, we're only a mile from the ocean, so they're going to be
I didn't bring my lawn chair today.
3rd and 4, or that special cooler that you have, right?
Oh, the cooler's cooler.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay, 3rd and 4, Alan.
Here's Charlie in the shotgun. Keeps it.
He just not.
He handed it to Jack, and he got smothered.
Yeah.
Jack Stinnett got smothered by a gaggle of Warriors.
At the 16-yard line, that's going to bring up a 4th down and 4, so he got no yardage.
The punting unit, and again, they're probably going to receive the ball within the 50. It's a game of possession and field position.
Another 3 and out, so that's the 3rd 3 and out, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the story is that Goffstown has not gotten a first down in this entire game.
Lefebvre, high snap, all the way back at the 2-yard line, gets a good kick down at about the 35, fair catch at the 38-yard line.
A high kick, but not a very deep one. And so the Warriors are going to have incredible field position. And I hate to say it, but the bad thing about that is now it's 4th down for everything. Because they're going to you're going to have.
Then you don't even know what special teams they can do. They might be able to put put a foot on the ball and get
my point is that when you have the ball inside the 40-yard line in high school football, you're going to go on fourth downs. Especially with a defense like this one.
And not much need to pass the ball if you're Winnacunnett right now, Scott.
No, because certainly their offensive line is dominating Goffstown's.
Fuller and Powers now from the shotgun. McDougal out quick, under pressure, deflected by Cuddy. Could not be intercepted.
So that if Evan Cuddy does not make that play, that is a big, big play for Winnacunnett.
Yeah. Kind of the first time we saw that play for Winnacunnett. They had the two backs in the back, and you both branch out to the side in the flat. Couldn't make that play happen. Evan Cuddy, nice deflection.
The thing is, you got to start calling these other defensive names. We got to be starting to call up, number 5. We got to start calling other linebackers who are going to be making some of these plays.
Give the offensive line credit for the Warriors containing those key players for the Grizzlies. In the shotgun one more time. McDougal rolling to his right. He keeps it himself. He's up the middle.
He got stuffed.
He's maybe a half a yard. I don't even know. He's probably just back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That's third down, 10 yards to go. But like you said, Scott, they're going to have at least another two tries.
Yes and no, because if they don't get it on this one, let's say it's an incomplete pass, 4th down and 10, they might not go for it. So because they can pin Goffstown back even more.
McDougal this time in the shotgun. He's rolling right. He has 2 options to go. Powers, now he flips it over to Fuller. Fuller's going to be brought out of bounds by St. Ange.
He got not much. Maybe
2 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 4th and long.
4th and 8.
Yeah, that's a 2-yard gain. Yeah, maybe 2 yards. 4th and long for the Warriors. Decision time for the coach.
I think you go for it. I mean, you haven't given up a first down.
No.
Okay? So what's the harm? The harm is that you turn the ball over on downs, and Goffstown has it at the 36.
And I think he listened to you. I think they're going for it.
So Ron Offont, who's the coach for Winnacunnett, says, hey, there's no risk here.
Keep in mind, Scott, different formation here. You got McDougal only with Powers in the backfield.
And now you got a passing situation. Let's see if Goffstown can get some pressure up the middle.
McDougal, no. Wow. He sends that one all the way into
the end zone. So that made no sense.
It actually is out of the end zone.
That made no sense to me.
So that's a turnover on downs. Grizzlies will be 1st and 10 from the 20?
Yeah. So you pick up 18 yards of net offense on that one. Again, if you're going to do that, then do a pooch kick
and put it on the 5.
5 or 10, or go to the sideline. I don't quite get that, but.
Well, the dangerous part of the field right here is where the Grizzlies decide to play right now. So this is certainly a challenge as they come to the line of scrimmage with 8:40 on the clock.
And like you said, Alan, I mean, the defense has been playing well. McDougal is one of the best quarterbacks in the state. I would try to put it in his hands.
Keith with Duval in motion. Keith looking to pass. He's swarmed by Warriors. He's still on his feet. He picks up about 8 yards on the play.
Wow.
Charlie Keith dodges a missile by the Warriors.
See, that's
a broken play turns into 8 yards.
Alan, that is a type of play that when others on the sideline see their quarterback make, gets a little bit of fire in their belly.
Yep, everybody wants to play a little bit better.
Well, Charlie Keith didn't give up on that one. He should have been sacked for a loss, and he picks up 8.
Sacked for a loss twice. Duval in motion. Jack's the net, has the ball. He's around the end. He's across the 30. He's down at the 34-yard line. First down and more for Jack Stinnett. First time for the Grizzlies today to pick up a first down. That's 1st and 10. Moving the sticks.
That's the first down for Goffstown. And number 64 is a little upset about something going on.
64 for the Warriors?
Yeah, he's a little upset. I'm not sure about what. Maybe he thought he got held.
Andrew Mills.
Yeah. And we've called his name a couple of times.
He's a big buddy.
Yep. So that's Goffstown's first down.
Bottom of your screen is Colby Putnam. Charlie gets it. He's dodging somebody under a lot of pressure. He's got some wheels. He's under a lot of pressure. He's sacked for a 5-yard loss on the play. Excellent. There's your Warrior defense.
That is what I was saying. The defense for the Warriors is too fast, okay? Charlie Keith cannot run his way out of a jam like he can against other teams because Winnacunnet's team speed is far superior than most teams.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 14. Loss of 4 yards on the play.
And again, you're not seeing the ball in Duval's hands a whole lot.
No.
Whether it be trying to pass or run.
Charlie keeps it himself. He's back to the original line of scrimmage. Pick up a 4 yards on the play for Charlie. Brings us to the 7-minute mark where the Grizzlies trail by 7. That's going to bring up, what's that, Scott?
That's a 3rd and 10 or
third and 9 maybe.
Yeah. Now keep in mind too that it's all about execution. You had that Carter Chouinard play up the seam. You know,
and he was
we
open.
Missed it wide open. I mean.
Yep.
You know, all it takes is a play like that, and we got a tie ball game here.
Scott, what's nice about playing in November is look at the stands full. Charlie looking to pass. He's going right.
No, he underthrew that.
No, yeah. Intended is that Jared hiding right?
Yeah, he underthrew it. So that's going to bring back our kicker again.
That'll bring up back Eric. Eric's had a nice job with his foot on the ball all day today. 6:30 on the clock. Again, a game of field position, Scott. Warriors will be close to midfield.
I agree, and I think that they will probably get it around the 50-yard line.
Awful lot of pressure on the Grizzly defense. High snap, almost over his head from the 20. Gets a good foot on that one. That's going to bring the Warriors back to about the 40-yard line. Gets a Grizzly bounce all the way to the 31-yard line. Warriors will be 1st and 10.
Very, very fortunate there for Lefebvre. I mean, so it's a high snap, which he's able to corral.
Scott, he was from the 20. He just kicked that. The ball's now on the 30.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a 50-yard punt. That's real.
Net. Yeah.
Net 50 yards.
But more importantly, Alan, he saved the day. That ball goes over his head.
Who knows?
Then big trouble here. So
it's a good thing he's tall. How tall is Lefebvre?
I say about 6 feet, 6'1".
Let's see. He's number 57, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'1", 193. So good thing he's 6'1",
strong.
not 6.
He's very strong. Okay, we got wide receiver
McDougal
set.
with Fuller and Powers. 3 receivers. Looks like that's Fuller gets the call.
He's jammed
nowhere
up
to go.
by Moses. Got him.
Yeah, God love Moses. Loss of 3 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14 perhaps.
Now, this is the more traditional offensive formation that Winnacunnett used in that first game where Goffstown had success defensively.
Scott, notice what the defense just did.
Yeah.
They gave the Grizzlies even more penetration.
Yeah.
Now we're playing in the right side of the field.
Well, let's see what Goffstown can maybe get the ball back.
We got 3 receivers set out for McDougal. He's looking right, looking across the middle. Pass is intended for number 3.
That looked like a hold that was not called.
That's Lou Granger is the intended receiver.
And the Winnacunnett fans,
wanted a holding.
I think that they have a good point on that one.
Who?
I didn't
on
see,
who?
but it looked. I saw like a jersey get.
But who was it?
On us?
No. Oh, you didn't see. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a jersey
being tugged.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
3rd down, 12 to go.
Alan, we try to call these games kind of fair, when we see it. So sometimes it looks like Goffstown might have gotten away with one there.
McDougal, same set. He's rolling to his right.
They got to get pressure on
him. He's rolling.
Him.
Cuddy is on him. Cuddy, just missed him. Now Moses is there. Hanahan comes in, takes his legs right out. Gain of maybe a half a yard on the play.
See, those are the plays that get me so nervous as a commentator, as a fan. A quarterback getting taken out at the knees like that, but scrambling.
Scott, did you see the pressure there?
I know that.
Moses was there. Cuddy was there. Picard was there. I mean, great pressure by the Grizzly defensive line. Well away from the line of scrimmage as well. Here's Gagnon set to kick, and Duval set back to receive. Clean snap. Excellent kick across the 50.
You got to turn around, 81.
That's going to take a Warrior bounce. Grizzlies will have the ball
got a flag here.
At the 27, and there is a flag.
And typically, that's Pennard and 51. Pennard is typically not a penalty-prone player. So my odds are that it's against 51, but we'll see. You might have like a holding on 51, and that's what you got. So
that's going to be a difference maker.
Well, on that situation, I make him kick it again if you can. I say that because the ball was at the 20-something yard line, so they're going to kick this one again.
Yep, they're going to come back and try this one more time. Fans, we're just under 5 minutes by 1 tick. It's 4:59 on the clock. Grizzlies trail by 7 here in a chilly Hampton. It's 4th and 10. The ball's on the 31-yard line of the Warriors. And we are going to kick this one more time.
Duval's got to set up at the 35-yard line, in my opinion.
Scott, now they get a 10-yard penalty, and they're going to kick it again. This is
okay. So Duval is at around the 35. That's what I was going to say, because he was too far back before. Got to be a little bit more aggressive. Look for the short kick.
Excellent. Grizzlies could come up with excellent field position towards
as a
the
matter
end of the half.
Right. As a matter of fact, Duval cannot let this ball go in front of him. He's
behind him.
Right. No, in front of him, because the ball then.
Good snap all the way from the 10-yard line. Gets a good leg on that.
Just fair catch it.
Nope, that's going to bounce, and that takes a Grizzly bounce. At the 38-yard line, Grizzlies will be 1st and 10 with 4:44 on the clock as they trail by 7.
Now, the reason why I was saying that, Alan, is that a lot of times the school of thought is don't let it go over your head.
Right.
But in high school football, a lot of times they play so far back that the ball lands in front of them and then scoots out, and then there's no chance for anything.
Well, Grizzlies are on the 39.
I will say this, Alan. This is my prediction.
Yeah.
Goffstown puts a touchdown on the board, they win the game. That's my prediction.
Let's see.
That's my prediction for the day.
All right. With 4:44, you heard the prediction of Scott. Grizzlies win today.
If they score a touchdown.
Keith is in the backfield along with Duval. Charlie keeps it himself. Pickup of about 3 yards on the play, maybe 2.
But a play like that can soften up your defense
a little
bit. It commits your defenders.
And they're looking at Duval because he's so close to the ball. Gives Charlie an opportunity to pick up those 2 yards.
But I want to see like 22 Putnam. I want to see Schwinnard catch some balls here.
I'd like to see that play to Schwinnard. Here's Charlie, keeping it late. That's Duval. He's stiff-arming. He's picked up 5 yards. He's still on his feet. First down across midfield. That's the mailman delivering his package.
That's all Andrew Duval. I mean, he should have gotten a loss on that.
There's a flag on the play.
And that's going to be coming back, I guess?
Yep, that'll come back.
Have you seen they pushed it? They already said it.
Well, it's all the way down at the 36-yard line. That'll come back for sure.
And let's see what we got here.
I can't imagine it would be against Warriors.
Unless it's a face mask or something. But
face mask. Wow.
That's a face mask.
Wow. That's a big, big penalty. Unless it's a face mask. Did you see it or did you just guessed it?
Listen,
I didn't see
Alan,
that.
My contract is coming due. I want big money
you're on your
next
A game.
year.
You're delivering your A game.
And not to mention, last week against Exeter, I think I called a couple of them.
You did. It's 4:10 on the clock. Big penalty against the Warriors. That's a face mask. Grizzlies pick up extra yards on that play by Andrew Duval after 9-yard carry. Charlie and Duval. Duval gets it right up the middle. He's still on his feet, picking up 10 yards and more. He's on the sideline. He cuts back to the middle. He's down at the 17-yard line, moving the chains. Grizzlies are knocking on the doors of the Warriors.
That is why you have to give him the ball no matter what.
Put him in the game as much as you can, as often as you can.
Hey, Alan, we got to give a big thank you to Hugh DeBrule. He's our camera operator today.
Professor of history at St. Anselm.
Hugh DeBrule.
Here we go. Charlie to Andrew, right up the middle. He got nowhere on the play. Maybe a gain of 1 to 2 yards. Scott, we're coming down to the 3.5-minute mark. Grizzlies are trailing by 7. They're knocking on the door. We got to put points on the board, preferably 7. There's Charlie. High snap. Keeps it himself. He's up the middle.
Nothing. Number 87 with the tackle.
Picked up 2 yards on the play.
That was a McDougal, I think, on the tackle. No.
17 is McDougal.
Yeah, it was, 87 Joe McDougal. And don't be surprised if they pick up 3 or 4 or 5 yards here to see a 4th down play. Because you're looking at the ball's, on the 10? Okay.
Clock is still ticking. We're at the 3-minute mark right now.
10-yard, maybe a 27-yarder. They might try to kick a field goal.
Well, it's 3rd and 9. I'd say put it in the end zone. Make it easy, right? Don't have to worry about the first down.
Well, it's going to be a timeout for Goffstown.
Scott, look at the amount of people up on the hill.
Yeah,
we can get a shot of that, Hugh.
Yeah.
A lot of people around the field, not just in the stands, but...
So Hugh DeBrule, as we said, this guy's a special guy. He does the soccer games with Mike Santoro. They did every single soccer game this season for Goffstown High School, and they went all the way to the semis. So, and there's a reason why they call St. A's St. C's, okay? Because that's Hugh DeBrule, tough grader from what
tough grader.
If you look at Rate My Professor,
it's not multiple choice.
Exactly. It's this guy's difficult.
It's not multiple choice.
Yeah. I don't know if he has that little chili pepper next to his the symbol. Yeah. Yeah. So like Alan, so they have this thing called Rate My Professors. It's an app.
Sure.
And students can rate the level of difficulty. How much are they? Are they a lot of work? Are they good?
Yeah, it's
professor?
not a give me class.
Right. And then,
really?
Then they've got this other little thing. It's like this little chili pepper. So if the professor, I guess, is attractive, shall we say?
Oh, does he have a chili
you
pepper?
Get a chili pepper.
I don't know if he has a chili pepper.
I don't know if he has a chili pepper. Yeah.
Here we go. Grizzlies. 3rd down, 9 yards to go, 2:50 on the clock, trailing the Warriors by 7. Charlie and Andrew Duval, they've connected on the last 60 yards of plays.
This has
Let's
been
see
the
if they
only
can do
sustainable drive Goffstown has
15
had
more.
all game.
Charlie, ball is loose. Warriors get the ball. Warriors get the ball at the 12-yard line. Charlie bobbled the ball.
I mean, he did not even have that ball from the get-go.
That was loose from the very beginning. And Scott, traditionally not a fumbler.
Yeah.
I mean, we can count on one hand how many times this season. I got to believe the cold conditions factored into that. So the Warriors take over 1st and 10 from their own 12 with 2:45 remaining in the half.
Got to be incredibly frustrating for Goffstown. That was their first sustainable drive.
Sure. And Scott, keep in mind, the Warriors will receive
right in the second half.
Second half. So this is a big play if they can get some more separation on it, adding points to the score here. McDougal with just Fuller in the backfield. Oh, Powers is there. McDougal keeps it, tries to make the turn. I think Chenard is on the tackle.
Yeah, Moses, there's a flag.
We got a late flag.
And that's going to be against number 51.
Yeah, 51 looks frustrated.
That's called giving Moses the business.
Ryan Hansen.
Yeah, that'll be a personal foul against 51. That's giving him the business penalty. That's when you're down. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, if that's a personal foul, Scott, that's going to bring them very close to the goal line.
It'll be a half the distance situation. So
they're at the 12, so you're talking bring it to the 6?
If you're Winnacunnett coach Ron Offont, you're like, come on. I mean, those 2 penalties that they've had have really, really helped Goffstown incredibly.
And this one.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike. Yep. Yeah, I call that the giving him the business.
Yeah. That's an untimely penalty for the Warriors.
So what happens is he was down on that one.
And he's in his face.
And he just kind of pushed him back down into the ground. So it shows that there's a lot of intensity going on in this game. So now you're looking at
the distance, Scott. That's on the 6-yard line, 2nd, and is that 2nd?
16.
Gee whiz.
And now this is big for Goffstown.
Well,
I call a timeout if they get a good stop here.
I got to tell you, McDougal can throw the ball, so I wouldn't be surprised. Doesn't have the formation for a lot of receivers. McDougal is under center. He is looking to pass. Pass is complete to Welch. There on the coverage, wrapped up by.
I call a timeout if I'm Goffstown.
He's maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
I call
Scott.
a timeout if you're Goffstown, because you want to get this ball back if possible.
The clock is stopped, Scott.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Goffstown probably called a timeout, because with only 2 minutes to go on a 3rd down and probably 10 or more, you get a punt, you got a chance of putting points on the board. So
3rd and 10, 2:11 on the clock. Ball's on the 13-yard line. Scott, I know it's chilly and windy, but surprisingly, it's not that bad.
No, it's we got the mounted police.
The mounted police are here.
I don't know if you, DeBrule, can swing the camera around here.
Well, that's something.
I don't know if it can pivot all the way around, but we got horsies here.
Look at this.
Look at this. This is unbelievable. We got looks like is that Dover?
No, that's got to be the Hampton.
Hampton,
sure.
The Hampton
Mounties.
Hampton Mounties.
I'm impressed with the amount of people here. The stands are full here on the Winnacunnett side. Stands are full on the Grizzly side. People are standing around, and here we go. McDougal with Powers in the backfield. 3 wide receivers looking to pass. 4 wide receivers. Sorry, he's on his feet. He's all alone. He's going to be wrapped up. That's Cuddy that brings him down.
And I'm telling you that McDougal is incredibly lucky there. He was carrying the ball like a loaf of bread on that one, and Cuddy almost stripped it.
That's going to bring up 4th, right?
Yeah.
4th and 10. He did gain some yards there, Scott. Maybe 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, it'll be a 4th down and 7 more than likely, but they're going to have to kick the ball.
And we have another timeout.
Yeah, because Goffstown Goffstown recognizes that this is an opportunity for them to get the ball back, maybe around the 45-yard line.
With just about maybe 150 on the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna have time to move the ball, certainly.
They've used up all their timeouts now, Goffstown. But the clock stops on first downs, and they'll have to spike the ball potentially. But I have to say that the Warriors have dominated this first half, and for Goffstown to be only down 7 points.
It seems like a lot of hard work by the Warriors with not much to show for it.
Yeah, well, Goffstown has done a better job defensively the last couple of drives, but the Warriors had their number those first couple.
This is going to be an interesting kick all the way from his own goal line. Snap is good. Kick is good.
It's
kick
short.
Is great.
I call a fair catch.
Right down at the 50. That's out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Yep.
Thereabouts. Oh, they're going to mark it at the 47. Grizzlies will be 1st and 10 from their own 47. They'll have a minute 57 to go down 53 yards.
But you understand what I was saying about these short kicks? All these kicks are being punted around 30 yards. So why are we 50 yards back on them? Right. I don't get it. For that off chance that the punter in a cold situation kicks one over your head, I'll take it. Because on that play I'm sorry, he could have, if you try to fair catch that ball, you get it at the 45, 50 yard line.
Grizzlies at the line of scrimmage. Jared Heidenreich at the top of the screen. I think Colby Putnam. Charlie keeps the ball, picks up 3 yards on the play. He's down at midfield. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, you got to really hustle here because you got to pick up, at least 30 yards here, and you got to have a sense of urgency, and you better start throwing the ball.
Yeah, you're going to have to do more than just getting 2 and 3 yards on a carry here. Charlie's looking to pass. He's rolling to his right. Passes out. Outstretched was Jared Heidenreich.
I am not a quarterback's coach, but I will tell you that I love Charlie Keith. But when Charlie Keith does not throw the ball well, there's one reason why.
He's on the run.
He does not set his feet when he throws the ball.
3rd down, 7 yards to go, a minute and a half on the clock. Now, Scott, the question is, if you have to kick this ball, you're going to go 4 downs, but you don't want Winnacunnett to have an opportunity to get the ball, score, then score again.
Right, so let's see what they do here, Goffstown, if they run the ball and just say.
Charlie rolling to the right immediately. Under a lot of pressure, he cuts back towards the middle, picks up
nothing
at the line of scrimmage. 4th down, ball's on the 50.
Now, if I'm Winnacunnett, I call a timeout.
Yeah.
And they're not. I'm surprised Winnacunnett is not calling a timeout. So Goffstown's going to have their kicking team come in, and Winnacunnett might just be content going in with a 7-0 lead at halftime, but I call a timeout if I'm Winnacunnett.
Yeah, the ball's on the 49, the Winnacunnett 49. The clock is ticking. Grizzlies are going to take as much time as they can on this one.
I mean, you got McDougal, who's got a really good arm. I don't understand it.
He can pick up some distance, certainly. Yeah. Good snap. Lefebvre, good kick.
Good kick by Lefebvre.
That's going to put the Warriors down at about the 20-yard line, inside the 20 at about the 19. Warriors will be 1st and 10 with 35 seconds on the clock.
So if I'm Winnacunnett, I just take a knee here.
I think so.
Right? I don't do anything fancy because I don't want to give up a fumble. I don't want to have an interception. I want to go in, say, hey, listen, we got a 7-0 lead. Our defense has been pretty stout if I'm Winnacunnett. So
reminiscent, though, of the last game.
Yeah.
Where it was only 1 score at the half.
Right.
And the team that was trailing, Scott, was the victor.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Let's see what Winnacunnett does, Alan. I'm going to think that they're going to sit on the ball. I just can't fathom that they would try to take any chances.
36 seconds. McDougal under center. Fuller. Yeah, he's going to knee it. Look at the posture.
Yeah. So that's a smart move.
We're going to end this first half here in Hampton with a score of Warriors 7, Grizzlies 0. Fans, come right back for second half action. We have a fresh 12 minutes on the clock. Second half action here in the cold Hampton. Grizzlies trail by 7. Gibson set to kick. Little stutter step, gets a good kick down to about the 22-yard line. Warriors will catch that one, and he's still on his feet. He's on the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds. We can't quite see where. Scott, do you see?
Yeah, I'm looking at who made the tackle. That was number 28 for Goffstown. That was Ben Dodge. He saved almost a touchdown there because he got to the edge.
And he's a junior, Ben Dodge.
So Winnacunnett will take over at their 41-yard line.
Grizzlies defense will have to stand up one more time. Here we're just under 12 minutes on the clock. McDougal under center with Fuller and Powers in the backfield from the shotgun. Watch him roll right here, Scott. Yeah, he's looking left, has an open Welch. Dodges Chenard, not gets very far.
Yeah,
Pick up 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, he picks up 5 yards. Chenard gave him a little bit of breathing room there. He's playing off of him by about 3-4 yards, but a good open field tackle by Chenard. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Goffstown's got a lot of guys in the box with the exception of those 2 cornerbacks and Duval. Other than that, all 8 are in the box.
And again, removing Duval from the game defensively by not airing it up too much.
Yeah, well, look how far he's playing back. He's playing a good 15 yards off the ball.
McDougal under center. Fuller gets a call right up the middle. He has a 1st down across midfield. That'll be 1st and 10 Warriors.
Yeah, that'll be a 1st down. And that, again, on that particular play, that was a delayed handoff. That little bit of a delay, that 1 second delay freezes those linebackers, and he's able to split the seam for a 1st down. And hopefully this will not be reminiscent, Al, of the
first drive.
That first drive. So
exactly.
far, that's what it looks like.
McDougal, right to Fuller, right up the middle one more time.
Yeah, but he picks up another 5 yards.
6 yards on the play. Moving the ball effectively again.
Moses is a little bit slow getting up. And I have to give Winnacunnett credit. They are attacking the heart of that Goffstown defense, which is right up the middle.
Which is gutsy. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Ball's on the Grizzly 44.
See, I do play action on this one. I throw the ball. I fake the run, and I throw it.
McDougal rolling right immediately. This time to Powers. Wrapped up right away by Handrahan.
Yeah, Handrahan
excellent.
Sniffed that one out, and Moses finishes it up.
I think he still picked up maybe 1 yard on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the Grizzly 44.
The beauty of Winnacunnett is that their defense is so stellar that they can take a lot of chances on 4th down plays and just do things that most other teams can't do.
Well, because you're going to get 4 yards, 6 yards on the carry, on the next carry.
But I'm saying their defense sets this up for them. So it brings up a big 3rd down and 4 for Winnacunnett.
That's McDougal coming to the line of scrimmage. That's Fuller right up the middle.
He's got a 1st down
easy. He's at the 36-yard line.
And he's brought down by number 5, Justin Poisson. But that
7 yards on the carry there for Fuller.
That'll move the chain. So, again, this is reminiscent, Alan, of that first drive of the game where Goffstown really didn't have much to an answer. And guess where they're going again?
Right up to the left side.
Yeah, middle and to the left side. They're not challenging Evan Cuddy's side of the ball. Very interesting.
And they're not throwing the ball.
Right.
Why throw it?
It's like an Exeter offense.
McDougal, that's Billy right up the middle.
He got wrapped up, though.
Yeah, picked up 3 yards, 4 yards.
Yeah, so that was
Pinard on the tackle.
That was Pinard with again, all of these tackles are big tackles because if he doesn't tackle them, Powers is gone.
Oh, yeah. And if he gets to the secondary, that's going to be awfully hard.
Yeah, so now the other danger is, like we were saying before, now they're on the Goffstown 32-yard line. This is 4th down territory for a team like Winnacunnett, which you don't want to.
Right.
If you're Goffstown, you just don't want that.
2nd and 6 from the Grizzly 32. Warriors methodically moving down the field. Dare I say with ease. That's going to be a delayed handoff right away. That's Fuller.
Was that a fumble?
Yeah, no, he just fell to his knees, it looked like.
So he loses yards on that one.
Yeah, maybe a loss of about 1 yard on the play.
So this will bring up a 3rd and about 6 yards.
Not much action to the younger McDougal, number 87. He's 6'5", and we haven't seen really any action his way.
Because Winnacunnett has recognized that they're able to move the ball on the ground, so why put the ball up and risk an interception if you're moving methodically with 5-yard gains?
McDougal from the 34. Rolling to his right immediately, looking downfield. Has an open Welch, passes incomplete, and St. Onge is on the coverage.
And he was open.
He was.
So
That brings up interesting situation. Does it say 4th and 8?
Yeah, it's a 4th down and 8 on the 34-yard line, and you might see like a pooch kick, another one of those type of pooch kicks.
Yeah.
But
Number 8 has checked himself in. That's Josh Chase. We haven't seen much of him. He is a wide receiver. They're going for a pass play here.
Or do they do another pooch kick?
Well, yeah, that's certainly an option. But keep an eye on Billy Powers. Set off right to McDougal.
Defense does not know what they're doing for Goffstown.
No, yeah, it's a little pooch, and that's going to go out of bounds, Scott, at the 10.
That's the play that I wanted to do that first time around.
So
okay?
Grizzlies will take over at the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Field position is an important factor here.
Right.
Grizzlies are pinned all the way back.
I think you got to give credit to Coach Ron Offon from Winnacunnett. He's going by the book on this game. I mean, he's playing a strategic game of chess against Goffstown, knowing that he's basically saying, hey,
you beat us.
Do me a favor, drive 88 yards, please.
Yeah, exactly. Show us, you deserve the 6 points if you can go 88 yards on us. But, Scott, as we said, it could be one play, it could be 2 plays.
Well, that's all it takes with a team like Goffstown. One quick hitch route, and it's a touchdown. So let's see what they can do here.
Key is to get the ball in Duval's hands. That's Keith. Keeps it himself.
He's stuffed.
Yeah, I don't know if he got it.
87 is in on that one again.
87, that's McDougal.
Yep. McDougal has actually been
a loss of a yard.
A lot more successful on defense as an end than he is as a receiver.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And we have not called Connor Putnam. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Putnam's name at all.
Colby Putnam.
I'm sorry. Yep. We have not called his name. We have not called Heidenreich's name.
It's gone to his direction a couple of times. There's Charlie right up the middle. That's Duval. Maybe pick up 2 yards on the play.
But Duval's strength is not up the middle.
No.
His
that's
strength
Jack
is
Stinnett's job.
His strength is open space. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and probably 8.
Scott, I'd like to see that play just under the linebackers.
Yeah.
That little lob pass.
Well, now you know it's going to be a pass play because Stinnett always comes in for pass protection in this situation. Let's see if Winnacunnett brings some heat.
Let's see some connection here. Charlie.
And they go off sides, no?
No flag. Looks like a little confusion there. That looked off sides. Charlie goes across the middle. Pass intended for Chenard. Intercepted. Carter brings him down at the 48-yard line. That's going to be 1st and 10 Warriors. Just like the last time he made that play to Carter. Interception.
And you're starting to see a little bit of frustration from Goffstown. I'm looking at just Duval especially. You can see that there's a little bit of a sense of frustration as to, hey, why did that ball even get thrown?
Yeah. Well, he also had double coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, he was covered.
So now it's a short field to defend once again. So Ron Offon gets the
advantage.
The field position.
And again,
that he wants.
they're going to kill the clock, and they're just going to march downfield. Let's see what the Grizzly defense can do this time. Rolling to the right, pitches out to Powers. He's across. He's got some speed. That's Duval. He's now on the sideline. He's going to be up the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds by Pennard.
It's going back, though. There's a penalty on the play.
There is a penalty. A flag is down.
There is a penalty. And a
big play, biggest play of the game.
Yeah, but we're going to see that one come back. It's probably an illegal block in the back. And holding, that is.
Wow. That's a big play to come back.
So Billy Powers, the track star, he put the jet engines on that one.
And no one's going to catch him. He beat Duval.
Exactly.
Duval couldn't get the angle on him, and he eluded him. And once he eluded him, it was Pennard who's actually saved the day.
I'll tell you, you're talking about plays of the game. That could be the penalty of the game here because that would have been a game changer.
Winnacunnett now at their own 47-yard line find themselves 1st and long.
Yeah, about 1st and 18. So that's a big momentum shifter.
McDougal pitching. That's going to be Fuller. No, Fuller has it.
I thought he fumbled the ball.
It looked like he had his fingertips just barely on it. That's Picard on the tackle, number 75 for the Grizzlies.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 17 for Winnacunnett. And again, we have not seen Winnacunnett put the ball in the air a whole lot. Well, and maybe they're concerned about why risk it.
Powers just checked himself out of the game. I'm assuming a wide receiver has checked himself in, number 16 perhaps. Yep. Tyler Hoare. He's going to be the top of the screen.
Haven't seen a whole lot of balls going to Evan Welsh's side. That's Chouinard's side.
That's McDougal looking to pass across the middle. Has an open number 3. That's Lou Granger. Big pass play by the Warriors. Big pass play.
So what he did was he basically sat in. That was a seam route right behind the linebacker, and it was Pinard. And Pinard, he just had too much of an open space on Pinard.
Excellent pass by McDougal.
So when you can convert a 2nd down 17, that's massive for Winnacunnett.
With 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, with leading by 7, knocking on the doorstep. That's Granger and Fuller in the backfield.
I think Goffstown might have to take some chances here in terms of blitzing.
We got a flag.
Is that a delay of game?
Yeah.
Delay of game.
Wow.
That seems a little unusual because it didn't look like they took an inordinate amount of time. I can see why the Winnacunnett fans are a little upset with that one. Just didn't look like
penalties are really hurting Winnacunnett.
Somebody call. I'm not sure if someone's calling you or. Is that a buddy of yours?
Yeah.
All right. You
That's
got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of friends.
I'm running for governor next race.
You sure you want to do that?
No,
with your checkered pass?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of ghosts. A lot of ghosts in the closet.
All right, that's a first down 15 with that penalty.
McDougal with Fuller and Powers, or Granger rather. He's rolling around. He's under pursuit. Who is that? That's Jake Brown.
Yeah, Jake
with the
Brown.
sack. Oh,
and that's a late hit on Brown.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
And that is I'm going to say it, an ill-advised play on Brown.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That's another giving him the business.
I think that's a lot of intensity built up, and that's an unfortunate penalty.
Yep. And that's just what happened. The same thing happened with Winnacunnet's player, is that that'll be a first down.
Oh.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
I don't think it's first down yet. Look, they're still short.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you talk about a play, how a game changer.
Yeah, you lose, you sack them for a loss, or now that look at where they are. Wow, they're on the 21.
So Alan, we were texting back and forth, and I was telling you what were the keys. I said, getting Duval touches, no dumb penalties,
correct,
and a solid special teams play. Well, we just made not the greatest penalty in the world.
Under 5 minutes here at the 4.5 mark. Grizzlies trail by 7. McDougal under center, rolling right. That's Fuller up the middle. He's wrapped up right away.
Is that Picard?
I think it's Picard. Was it Picard? Yeah, 75.
Yeah,
wrapped
75.
him up right away.
Josh Picard got in there quickly. This is a really, I'll tell you something. There's always big plays, but with under 5 minutes to play in the third, and their Warriors are knocking on Goffstown's door at the 21-yard line with a 3rd down and 6. This is a real big play.
Big play here for the Grizzly defense. 4-minute mark we're approaching.
And as you can see, that Goffstown's playing more aggressively on defense. They're putting more of their linebackers up on the line.
Well, you're running out of time.
Yeah, they got to take some more chances.
McDougal rolling to the right immediately. Pitches out to Granger. Granger heads under pursuit. We got flying bodies all over. He's short of the first down.
By about a yard.
That's going to bring up 4th and about 2. 4th and 1. I got to believe they're going to go for this one, Scott.
I do, too. I think you go for it.
I think they're too far for a field goal. They're going to go for the first down.
I agree. Well, you know what? I might try to kick a field goal here because it'll be a 35-yard field goal, right? Or 30.
Yeah, I don't think in these conditions. I don't think they have.
There is no wind though. It's cold, but there's no wind.
We got a timeout.
We got a timeout by
Winnacunnett,
which makes sense. They got to think about this one because
3:23 on the clock.
Alan, I want to say this. It's like there's a difference between a 2-possession game and a 1-possession game.
And Scott, it is a 3-yard. It's not 4th and 1. It's 4th and 3.
4th and 3. Okay, but still, that's why maybe you kick the field goal here. I mean, the kicker was pretty good.
Yeah.
Bless you, Hugh. And he's sneezing again. He must have those cold.
He's got
allergies.
a cold. He's got a cold. Stay away. Stay away.
He's got the cold allergies.
I wake up every morning. People fast forward through this part. They're not listening anyways. The same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Sorry. Here we go, Scott. We're back. 3:23 on the clock. Grizzlies trail by 7. The Warriors knocking on the door on the 13-yard line.
And, folks, if you want to see Alan at the Watoy karaoke, that's Wednesdays.
No, it's the new Watoy.
The new Watoy.
It's the new Watoy.
Here we go.
McDougal comes on the center with Fuller and Powers. 2 wide receivers.
Do they try to draw him off sides? That's what I'm thinking.
Nope. Right up the middle. Quick pass and an open receiver. That's the younger McDougal. That's first down. Wow.
Yeah, that was a great play because it's almost you can't defend it because you're going for the run.
And I got to tell you, Scott, they just made the first down.
Yeah.
He picked up maybe a yard, maybe a half a yard.
Well, I'm going to say right here, this is it. If the Winnacunnett scores a touchdown here, it's game over. I just don't see Goffstown.
Well, the way they're chewing up the clock and the way
Right.
we're not getting in the red zone, it's certainly a dangerous spot to be in. Right up the middle is McDougal, trips up towards the end before Duvall can lay a hit on him. But he picked up about, Scott, would you say about 5 yards?
At least. They're on the 6 to 7 yard line right now. About the 7 yard line. And second down, 5 yards.
Picked up 5 on the play.
Yeah, and that was a really quick. See, what they're doing is it's all about the timing of the snap and the timing of these plays.
Ball looks like it's on the 8, Scott.
Yeah,
second and 5.
Keeping them off balance. Keeping Goffstown's defense off balance. And they're chewing up a ton of clock right now.
Well, it's already 2:20 on the clock, and this has been really, 2 possessions, right? On the second half. That's McDougal right up the middle. He's trying to stretch out. He's down at about the 5 or the 6.
I tell you something, they almost seem content here to pick up a couple of yards here and there. And
Chew up the clock.
Chew up clock, but
chew up the clock, put another point on the board.
Put another
now the
score
Grizzlies
on, right?
have what? 1 quarter to put 2 scores on the board? We haven't,
Exactly. And if you haven't put up any points in 3 quarters, what makes you think you're going to score
2 in the fourth
right.
quarter?
And this is like what happened with some of our other games where against Exeter, for example, where they just can't you don't have enough time to put points on the board.
And this is where a turnover could be big. At 1:35, 1:33 on the clock, McDougal rolls left, keeps it himself. Nope, that's Fuller on the carry. Really nowhere to go. Wrapped up again nicely by Picard on the tackle.
And that's going to bring up
We're stopping the clock at 1:22.
So this could be for a first down, right? They're going to bring this is probably going to be.
I think he's short.
I think he's going to be shy.
About a half a football.
We're being told by our expert crew here by a football and a half.
I'd say
which
it's
is
short
approximately 20 inches is what our statistician is telling us.
It's going to be short
if
by
he is
a half.
right, he gets a free donut at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, he's short.
And he is short by Bob. Bob was right, 20 inches. So now the question is, what do you do here?
4th and 1.
Do you kick a field goal, 2-possession game?
No, they're going to go for it.
Or do you go for it with a quarterback sneak? I think they're going to go for it.
Scott, they're going to go. They're going to chew the time up. If they don't get it, the Grizzlies are going to be pinned within the 5,
so
within the 10.
What you're going to see here, if that's the case, you could see another one of these fake plays where number 87 gets a pass for a touchdown.
McDougal's going to just lean forward like he did the last couple times.
If that's the case, Poisson has to charge hard up the middle.
Now they got 3 receivers, backs in the backfield, Scott, led by, is that 74? That's a big body right there.
Yeah, that is a big body. So
6'1", 262.
You're going to see Duval crash the middle right here.
262, watch this. McDougal to 2, yeah, that's
a touchdown.
That's a big body.
That's like William the Refrigerator Perry on that one.
That's a touchdown by 72, Dane Gravett.
All right, I think Goffstown is in a massive hole here, down 13-0, waiting for the extra point. And number 74 went off the left tackle.
72, I believe.
72, I'm sorry.
That's a big play by a big boy. Going
Jacob
for the extra point to put
Tomlins.
14 on the board for the Warriors.
Big extra point here.
1:11 on the clock. Snap is good. Plenty of leg. Point is good. It's 14-0 here in Hampton. Your Grizzlies trail by 14.
All right, so Goffstown has got their work cut out for them with only 13 minutes left in this game.
Scott, anything
They
can happen.
will luckily, they might get only 3 more possessions in this game.
You're going to have to make something.
So Goffstown has to have to do a couple of things. They're going to have to score on 2 out of 3 possessions, touchdowns, and they're going to have to hold Winnacunnett scoreless for the rest of this game. The first part is going to be the most challenging, and that's putting points on the board.
Yeah.
The second one, holding Winnacunnett, that's a possibility. They can do that. But so far, it's been Winnacunnet's defense all
It'd be awfully
game long.
nice to see the razzle-dazzle punt return, kick return team here make something of this play.
Well, If I'm Ron Offant, I don't even do that. I kick the ball to the 30-yard line on this situation because there's no need to even risk it.
I think he's going to kick it. I think the Grizzlies are going to make something of this.
I don't. I say you squib it.
He gets a good kick. And that's caught clean. Who has it? Nobody knows. That's Duval up the middle. Still on his feet. He's down at the 22-yard line, 23. It'll be 1st and 10, and that will be the key. Get the ball back in Andrews' hands as quick as they can.
See, on that play, you're almost better off just running the ball and not doing that razzle-dazzle.
Because you lose some time.
Because you lost a lot of time, and you really didn't pick up that many yards. The ball was kicked to the, about the 10, 15-yard line?
Yeah, right in the middle of the field as well.
If he just ran north-south, he would have picked up 10 yards just for that. So here's my question. Does Goffstown just say, air it out? I think you do.
The last 2 times we've been intercepted. So
I understand, but they've been deep balls.
Yeah.
We have thrown no outside passes.
Jacksonette in the game. Keith, look at the pass. He airs it up. It's going deep. He has it wide open. Duval. He has it. He's across the 30. He's still on his feet across the 20, the 10. There's no flags. He's in the end zone. Grizzlies score immediately.
And that puts
That is how the Grizzlies come right back. Big play by none other than the mailman. Terrific pass by Charlie Keith.
Now, you're right. I mean, so you have Charlie Keith who threw 2 not-so-good balls. And on that one, you couldn't get an NFL quarterback to drop the ball in there any better.
Wide open Andrew Duval.
So
hit him on the numbers. Charlie Keith with a terrific connection.
So in a matter of 10 seconds, Goffstown was deep in a hole here, and now the momentum has shifted.
Scott, the next offensive play.
So here we go again. Why are you having a problem on special teams here with a guy not coming onto the field?
Here we go. Snap, kick. No good. That's 6. No good. Grizzlies only get 6.
I don't understand that. This has been the nemesis. So what was one of my keys to the game?
Special teams.
Special teams. And
14-6. Grizzlies get on the board, but will it be enough? 56 seconds is on the clock remaining in the third quarter. We got another quarter and a minute left.
So this is set, Roger Brown from the Union Leader predicted 14-13 Winnacunnett. And so far it's setting up that way.
Yep.
But this has killed Goffstown
Scott,
all season
if you're the
long.
Grizzlies, you do the same play the next first possession. Same play.
Well,
same play.
But if the ball is thrown short, Alan, that could be interception. So I'm just saying.
I would go with the same play, attack the same. Who was the D-back on that coverage?
Don't know. The disappointment for Goffstown all season long has been in missing extra points.
Scott,
and I'd venture to say that they've missed half of their extra points all season.
Gibson's set to kick, and that's going to rile up the defense even more now. Gibson's set to kick from his own 40. Kicks it all the way down to the 10, and it's bobbled by Powers. Still has it, runs off to the right. He's still on his feet. St. Onge is there. He's got some coverage, got some blockers. He's ripped down at about the 23-yard line. Warriors will be 1st and 10 from their own 23.
Needless to say, the Warriors have not turned the ball over.
No.
Okay, in the first matchup,
they protected the ball very well.
In the first matchup, the Warriors put the ball, they turned it over 5 times against Goffstown. So far today, they've played a clean game. Goffstown, on the other hand, has had a fumble and 2 interceptions. So,
Scott, I got to believe the defense is a little bit more charged up. I say the defense is going to stop them. They're going to go 3 and out. Grizzlies are going to get good field position.
Well, I sure hope you're right, Alan. But let's see. So far, the Warriors have had no problem moving the ball.
No. McDougal under center. Quick little pass.
That's behind him.
Billy Powers.
Yeah, but
he's down at the 10. That's a free ball.
That's a free ball.
That's a fumble.
And I'm sorry, but I don't know what. I think it was number 81 is looking at him, and it's like you got to always attack until you hear the whistle.
With 14-6,
and that's Heidenreich. He gave up on that one.
The Warriors make a miscue. Ball is down at the 10-yard line after
But you know what I'm saying, Alan? It's like Heidenreich was frozen on that play.
Yeah.
He was looking to almost make sure that he can make a tackle as opposed to going for the ball. So again, this is another key area. Goffstown cannot have any silly mistakes, can't give up big plays. This is a 2nd down and 22 for Winnacunnett, and they're backed up here.
Well, yeah,
they're going to have to call a timeout.
That's their second timeout this quarter, Scott. This could come back to haunt them.
So it's
I'm going to say momentum Goffstown right now.
Yes, it is. But again, that all it takes is one quick play, and Andrew Duval gave them a shot in the arm.
Yep.
But they're down by 8 points, which means that if we're able to score again, we got to go 2-point conversion.
You have to.
And then after that, guess what, Alan? It comes down to a field goal. And Goffstown, can they make a field goal?
Yep. That brings us to an end of the third quarter with a score of 14-6. The Warriors on top. Fresh set of 12 minutes. It'll be
okay. So they didn't
second down.
They didn't call a timeout. They just let the clock run out.
I think you're right.
For the fourth.
Ball is on the 11-yard line, Scott. It's second and 22 for the Warriors.
So, one thing here is that I'd argue that the Warriors have earned, they had sustained drives, scored 2 touchdowns, whereas, one beautiful throw, beautiful catch for Goff. So it's been like a one and done for Goffstown. They really haven't had many first downs, that's for sure. But they find themselves now with only down 8 points with 1 quarter to go.
And here's McDougal in the shotgun. That's Granger in motion. Granger has it. He's around the end. He's coming into the secondary. Big hit by Duval.
Yeah.
Finishes that run. He doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you something. People don't realize how hard of a hitter Andrew Duval is. They see that really breakaway speed. They see the elusiveness as a runner, a great receiver. But, man, I'm telling you, pound for pound, he can put a licking on somebody.
He hits hard.
So a massive play here for the defense. 3rd down and 15. We're going to set this one up here.
11 and a half minutes. 3rd and 15. The ball's on the 18-yard line.
Goffstown desperately needs a stop here. And no penalties.
McDougal from the shotgun.
Here comes a blitz right up the middle. That's a hold.
That's to Billy Powers. He's on his feet, cutting back to the middle. Poussin is there.
He is not even close.
Pinard.
He's not even close, and that could have been a hold in the backfield. They did not call it.
Fourth and 15.
Okay, now I want to see Duval play up here. I want to see him on the 50-yard line at least, or even on the 45. I'm telling you, this ball is not going to get kicked over his head. But the problem is that the punter is punting it to, like, say, the 45-yard line, Allen, or the 40, and then the ball is
clean snap for Gagnon. Gagnon gets a good leg on that.
That's his first good one of all.
All the way down. Oh, boy, he got wrecked. Duval got wrecked by number 16.
And is Duval okay? That's the key.
That's Tyler Hoare. Laid a licking on Duval. Did he call a fair catch?
No, we did not call a fair catch.
So then that's a clean hit.
That's a clean hit.
Yeah.
Duval is trying to make something. He's trying to make something happen here, and that's why he didn't call a fair catch.
Scott, the coach usually brings 10 balls to the stadium. Only 2 times this year he hasn't. He brought 13 on Friday the 13th, and today he brought 11.
Who's this?
Coach Kusan. Today he brought 11. You know why?
Why?
Because he says we're going to end the day at 10 and 11. 10 and 1. So he brought 11 balls. That's his prediction.
All right.
I'm kind of liking that.
Well, here is this is big possession here for Goffstown.
Scott, I'd go for that big pass play. Wide outs at 3 on the bottom.
They got to look to pass the ball more. So
Charlie right up the middle to Stinnett, picked up maybe 1 yard, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage, Scott.
Yeah, and that's one of the issues is that you got to keep the defense honest by running the ball, but they're not having a whole lot of success with Stinnett running the ball in between the tackles. Now, what that means is that they're going to have to think of something else. And again, this Winnacunnett team is too quick for jet sweeps. You really have to pass off of them. And they had that pass play to Chouinard in that first quarter, if you recall, wide open, and he was just unable to connect.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Ball's on the Grizzly 39. Charlie keeps it himself. Still moving his feet, pickup of 2 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, but once again, that puts them in a 3rd down and like 8 or 9
position. It's going to be 3rd and 8 on the 38.
But, I just think that you had success airing the ball out. You're going to have to throw the ball against this team to win.
You might as well try it now.
Well, you're going to have to throw the ball now, obviously, but we have not called out Colby Putnam's name all game long. Now you've got Duval, who is
at the bottom of the screen.
He is split way out. And you're seeing a lot of confusion here on Goffstown.
Duval is at the bottom of your screen. Charlie from the shotgun.
He's double covered, too. So
He's 2 steps. He's looking. He's rolling right. He's under a lot of coverage. He's sacked. Lost for about 6 yards on the play. There's your Warrior defense. That's going to bring up 4th and long.
And I think that the problem with what Goffstown is trying to do is they're trying to do too much, trying to go too deep. Their play actually is the play action pass, and then a quick slant is probably where they're going to make the most hay. But so far they've had no plays like that.
Nope. It's going to rely on Eric here. Good snap. Excellent
And
kick.
a great kick.
All the way to the 40. That's taking a Grizzly bounce all the way with inside the 30 at about the 26, 27-yard line. Warriors
Yeah,
will
so
be.
Lefebvre,
That's good field position.
Lefebvre has kicked the ball, I think, 3-4 times and has done a great job on all those occasions. So on the special team side,
He's getting
the
it done
punting
there.
situation has been very good, and so is the kickoffs and the kickoff returns. Just the extra points that are really, really putting us in trouble.
McDougal comes to the line of scrimmage, bringing the Warriors. 8:20 on the clock. Grizzlies trail by 8. Gonna have to make quick work of this, Scott.
I just wonder if they're just going to keep pounding the ball and take clock.
Yeah, look at they don't
use
need,
up. Yeah,
well, this is exactly. Look at the formation they're in.
This is Exeter type formations.
That's McDougal right up the middle. Looks like Powers. But
he gets about 2 yards. Yeah.
It looked like Pennard was in on the tackle right away. That was Fuller on the carry.
This is a very conservative offense by Offense, unless he tries to pass off of it.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, if this quarterback McDougal has thrown the ball more than 6 or 7 times this entire game, I'd be shocked. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think he has.
Nope.
So
McDougal brings the Warriors to the line of scrimmage in a tight formation again. All the way in the back is Billy Powers. Keep an eye on him.
You get that big dude though, in the 74. He's back there too.
Yep.
The fullback.
And he's making way. McDougal under pursuit by Hanahan. Pass is intended for 44. It's incomplete.
And that's Cuddy. So Handrahan was there, but Cuddy was also there.
Yeah.
And that made McDougal throw the ball short.
Yeah. The Grizzly defense on the pass rush has been very effective
And maybe
today.
that's why they're not passing as much, because
Correct.
the pass rush is there. But the runs, they've not been there. So
7:37 on the clock. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. The ball's on the Warrior 30.
not a whole lot of noise here in Winnacunnett.
No, it's kind of quiet.
You'd think you'd have a little bit more fan noise here, but maybe it's so cold that
Tight formation with 3 in the back behind McDougal. He pitches it to Powers. The ball's loose. Powers
and
recovers.
that could have been.
He's at the 25. That's a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Handrahan had an opportunity, but Powers quickly scooped that one up.
That brings up 4th and 9. They lost 2 yards on the play, or it seemed to be.
So
yeah.
Winnacunnett preserved their no fumble, no turnover.
Yeah.
And that was the one that could have been a biggie. Again, folks, this is high school football. This
At
isn't
its finest.
This isn't.
Scott,
this isn't
notice
right.
that the field is getting smaller
Yes,
too, and the Grizzlies
exactly.
are getting closer and closer to the goal line.
And the intensity, of these games is just incredible.
But Scott, keep in mind, a score and a 2-point conversion only ties the game. Good kick by the Warriors, sending Duval all the way back to the 30-yard line. He's going to let it bounce. He grabs it. He's on the sideline. He's picking up distance. He's spinning. He's at the 40. He falls at the 38-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10.
We got a late hit coming.
Wow, I didn't see who's it
A
on.
late hit. 33 and 44 going at it.
That's Stinnett.
Well, 44 and 33. Again, Stinnett is not the player who would do stupid stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I don't see that. That's 44.
So it might be 44. Let's see.
Corey Markland
Or
and
could
Jack
be-
Stinnett. Let's see.
It could be both of them. It could be offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
But, Jack Stinnett is a pretty mild-mannered kid. So they're looking that they're going to give it towards Goffstown, though.
Holding on Goffstown. It's a holding penalty. I thought for sure it would have been after the play.
Well, I don't understand how you throw a flag that late. I mean, the play was over, and then the flags come out.
Yeah, so you make it sound like an after the ball foul, a dead
It
ball
looked
foul.
like it was a dead ball flag because the play was over for 5 seconds before a flag went out. This makes no sense.
Oh, boy. So the Grizzlies are on the 38, but after the penalty, that'll put them
Probably on the 30, I would think.
on the 28,
Yeah.
29.
It was just very odd to see a flag get thrown so
That
late.
Yeah.
It was almost like they asked for the ref to throw one.
Scott, we're running out of time. 6:42 on the clock. Grizzlies trail by 8, first and 10.
So I think what you're going to see here is a sense of urgency on Goffstown, meaning that if they get past midfield, you will see them go for it on 4th downs.
Yeah.
They don't really have much of a choice here. They got not only do they have to get a touchdown, they got to put 2-point conversion.
There is no tomorrow or next week.
Right. No. So I think you're going to see 4th down territory here.
Charlie in the shotgun makes quick business looking for the pass. He airs it up. Pennard through his hands. Pennard was well covered by the Warriors. It was through his hands, Scott. The pass was right where it needed to be. Excellent
but this
pass
is what
by Charlie.
Goffstown needs to do, is that they need to do these seam routes. Those are very difficult to defend, and you got to go vertical on this team and try to exploit their cornerbacks. Right now, they're very stout on the run.
Yeah, Scott, he was well covered. He had 2 Warriors right in his pocket. Charlie rolling right immediately. He's looking for the pass downfield.
Set his feet.
He's
got
under
to set
pressure.
his feet.
He's dodging defenders. He's still on his feet, running to the middle of the field. He's on his feet, running to the side. There's a flag down. He's ripped down to the ground at the 22-yard line.
That's going to be a flag on Goffstown. Got to be. It's got to be a flag on Goffstown.
That's a big loss of yards.
Yeah.
About 5 yards loss on the play.
It's got to be a flag on Goffstown. Because whenever a play takes that long to develop, there's usually a hold involved. And that's what you got. So
holding on Goffstown with 6:25 on the clock.
I'd decline this penalty if I'm Winnacunnett, but let's see. Because they got a 5-yard loss on that.
Yeah.
It would be 3rd and this is not right. So
it's a repeated down, loss of 10 yards, right?
You got to move the ball back 5 yards if they're going to, or
10 yards.
Or 10 yards from the spot of the penalty. And it'll still be 2nd down, but it'll be like 21 yards.
Ball's on the 14-yard line, and it's still 2nd down. Boy, the Grizzlies find themselves pinched all the way back against their own end zone. Whoa, bad snap. I don't know what that is. That's a safety, Scott.
No, it's not. It's 1-yard line.
No, I think
it's 1-yard line.
Scott.
And it's like the ball got snapped before he was even looking for it.
He wasn't even behind the center.
Right. He wasn't even behind the ball got snapped.
What? Boy, Scott. 2nd and 25. Ball's on the 1. 5:50 on the clock. Charlie sets up in his own end zone. Dropping back to pass. Quick pass out is Duvall.
He dropped it,
He dropped it on the 1.
So now you've got a punt from this is going to be a really, really challenging situation here.
Well, you're going to have LaFave under pressure and confined to the back of the end zone.
So this is unusual. You know, usually you get a little bit, like you get about 10, 15 yards to punt. He only has 10.
Yeah.
So this is going to be real interesting.
Well, he might even hit the back of the helmet of Moses. Look at this.
They're not even going to go for a
excellent kick by LaFave.
And nobody was back there,
which
which
is short. It hit.
Yeah, it's already down. It's wherever it hit him. It's at the 30-yard line.
Yeah. That's number 41. That says Carter Comier. That's not Carter, is it? That's Carter Comier's number.
Yeah, I don't.
That's not him, is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's Warrior ball inside the 30 at the 29 of the Grizzlies as they lead by 8 points with 5.5 minutes remaining in the game.
And all the Warriors need to do here is to put 3 points up on the board, and the game is over. So,
Scott, at this point, all they got to do is keep draining the clock. And
I know that, but they just need a field goal. The field goal and the game is over. So Goffstown's got to be.
McDougal rolling left, keeps it himself. He's on his feet. He's headed out to the sideline across
There's
the
no
20.
safety there. So
no, he's out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. That's first down.
So what happened on that play is that Duval is now playing in the box. He has to because they got to take chances. And when you do that and you break free, the only guy who's going to be there is going to be your cornerback to make a tackle. So now they're in field goal range with about 5 minutes left in this game. This does not look too optimistic for Goffstown. They better really hope and pray for a turnover here. So Goffstown's got to try to strip the ball somehow. Got to force a fumble to have any chance of staying in this game.
McDougal with Fuller and Powers in the back. McDougal just going forward. Duval hits him right in the back. He's still on his feet. He's down at the 6-yard line, maybe the 7.
We had a real tough angle on that one.
Yeah,
we really couldn't
see
what happened, but it looked like McDougal kept grinding,
yeah.
And Duval went low, and he just kept grinding on him and picked up some more yards. So it's a 2nd down and 1, and this is exactly what the Warriors want to do. Get first downs and start draining the clock, and that's what they're doing.
Yep. That brings us to 4:15 on the clock. Winnacunnett in a tight formation one more time as they lead by 8. McDougal to Powers right up the middle. He's down at about the 2. Is he still on his feet?
He's still going. That's a touchdown.
No. He's probably at the 1, Scott.
I tell you, you got to give these Winnacunnett runners a lot of credit. They keep moving their legs.
Somebody's slow to get up.
Someone is down for Goffstown. They called in a trainer.
That's Beth.
And that does not look good when you see the coaching staff come out, and they were – that does not look good. We're not going to put the camera on the player, so we can move that away.
And I didn't get a number, Scott.
Do we know who that might be?
Well, look who's standing around. Dare I say, is it
Evan Cuddy?
Adam Moses?
Adam Moses is taking a knee. He's number 64. I thought it was Cuddy.
It's Evan Cuddy.
Evan Cuddy.
He just took off his helmet, and you can see by the locks of the hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it might have been Evan Cuddy. So he's sitting up, so that's a good sign.
Yep.
And out of respect, the Winnacunnett team and the Goffstown team's taking a knee. And he's being helped up to his feet. And the fans are giving applause to Evan Cuddy. Good sportsmanship by the fans here at Winnacunnett and the team on the field. That's one thing I really like about high school football. Is that the sense of teamwork, Alan?
Yeah.
Is, and the
it's
sportsmanship.
respected on both sides.
Yeah, the teams respect each other. So look for McDougal just to go right up the middle.
It's first down from the 1 on the 1. It's under 4 minutes here remaining. McDougal is going to lean forward, Scott. Why would you do anything else?
I agree.
See? Right there. He doesn't even have to go over the top.
They didn't give it to him, though.
They haven't
They did
signaled
not give it. They
no,
did
yep,
now.
Now
Okay.
they did.
And that'll do it.
Yeah, that's going to be a shame. That's going to put another 6. That's 20 to 6.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Boy. You know, what a season the Grizzlies have had. I know it's not over yet, Scott. It's 3.5 minutes, but it's soon to be 21 to 6 if the Warriors convert on this extra
point. I think it's fair enough to say that the Warriors will be headed to the Division I final.
And the way it sounds at the half, it sounds like it's going to be Pinkerton.
Yeah, and a well-deserved win for Winnacunnett.
And here's the extra point attempt by Gagnon. Kick is up, plenty of leg, and that is good.
You see, look at that. He's got a good leg, man. That's what I'm saying.
Winnacunnett 21, Grizzlies 6, 3:37 remaining on the clock here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you gotta give Winnacunnett a lot of credit. They came in with a lot of intensity.
So, Scott, I did see on the internet this week a high school team scored 21 points in 68 seconds.
Okay, well,
68 seconds, Scott.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
But you would have to throw.
They had 2 onside kick recoveries for touchdowns.
Alan, if you were in Vegas, though, you would not be taking that bet.
No.
So,
but do not count the Grizzlies out. Don't poke the bear.
All right. Well, suffice to say that the Warriors are in real good position here to be headed to the Division I championship at UNH next weekend.
A kickoff return here gives the Grizzlies 6 more points.
I'll give you that. If there's
14,
I will give you that.
An onside kick, it's possible. Let's get a good return here, Scott.
You are the eternal optimist.
Well, let's get a good return in quick action.
But here I do a squib kick. I don't even give a good kick on this one.
Here's Gagnon. Squib kick. Scott, you're good. Your contract is up. And that's Poisson running for the ball. He's up the middle, still on his feet, breaking tackles. He's across the 40, the 45. He's across midfield. He's carrying the Winnacunnett team on his shoulders. He's down at the 50.
We got 3 minutes and 27 seconds left. Goffstown will get the ball on the Winnacunnett 49-yard line.
And I got to believe we're going to see 4 pass plays here, Scott.
I think you will see nothing but passes from here on in. It makes no sense to do otherwise because you need the clock to stop.
The Grizzlies find themselves on the Warrior 49 with 3:27 on the clock, trailing by 15 points.
So there's a temptation to go deep ball, but I'm telling you, the better temptation is to get 10 yards at a time.
Go short to Carter Chanot.
And then let the clock stop when they're moving the chains.
Keith in the shotgun, set back to pass, going to the right. Toe tapping out of bounds at Jared Heidenreich for a first down.
So he gets a first down.
Or just shy, it looks like.
But he went out of bounds, so that's
virtually no time. 3:22, that was
he's
5
short.
seconds.
He's short by, now you can run the ball if you want and get a first down. They're giving him the first down. They're moving the chains. So Heidenreich gets a toe tapper on a first, and that's how you do it, guys. You don't have to go crazy and go deep. You get what you can.
Charlie
step
in the
out.
shotgun. Stinnett to his right. Charlie looking to pass. He's going up to the right. Pass intended for Heidenreich. There was miscommunication. He wasn't even there.
I don't even know. It looked like that ball was going to number 41 out of bounds.
And he's on the sidelines.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jared was another 20 yards down the field, Scott. I don't know what they were thinking. Miscommunication, perhaps.
So I want to know where Guy is taking Jen for dinner after this football game. Somewhere good, I hope, in Hampton.
Charlie in the shotgun. Jack to his right. Charlie bouncing around. He runs up the middle.
I don't like that play at all.
I don't
like that play at all.
2 yards on the play.
I don't understand why he's running because he has to stay in the pocket there. And Chouinard's got to get a little bit more kick in his step and get lined up. Guys, you don't have time. You don't have time to get these plays, folks. Hello? I don't know what they're doing.
Charlie in the shotgun, 2:45 on the clock. Stepping all the way back right across the middle. Crowded is Duvall. Gets it in his hands. He's going to be shy of about 3 yards.
Timeout if you're Goffstown. Call a timeout if you're Goffstown. You got it. This is a 4th down and 3. You got to have a right play.
Stops the clock is still going.
No, I would call a timeout if I'm Goffstown because you got to. They're not doing it. This is it. This is the game right here.
4th and 2.
Stinnett's in the backfield with him for pass protection.
Charlie in the shotgun. Jack is there. Charlie looking to pass, looking across the middle. He's going deep to the end zone. No one's there.
That's over.
Yeah, I don't know. That was miscommunication again, Scott.
And that's the game.
Him and Jared, that was 20 yards further than what Jared was on the last play. Jared was 20 yards deeper than the ball went.
I don't understand it.
There's clearly miscommunication between him and Jared.
And the other weird thing is that if you got single coverage, Putnam.
Scott, 2 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock. Grizzlies trail 21-6 to the Warriors. It's 1st and 10, Winnacunnett. They don't have to do much other than just sit on the ball.
I think, and again, great job by Winnacunnett today. They really took it to Goffstown in terms of intensity.
Well, listen. The team, they went undefeated all season. Clearly a great team, great defense. The Grizzlies have put up a lot of points this season. So to contain the Grizzlies to 6.
And really, they can. It was one, I hate to say it, but one play. Other than that, they kind of kept them in check.
Tight formation for the Warriors.
They're going to take a knee or just, they're not going to do much.
That's McDougal picking up 8 yards on the play. Evan Cuddy is back into the game. That's good to see. We're under the 2-minute mark by 5 seconds.
So, listen, I think it's good for us at this particular time to say our thank yous. And thank you again to Hugh DeBrule, our camera operator. But we've had a lot of help along the way this season, Alan. And whether it be Kevin Haro also did the camera.
Parker, Broden.
Adam McCune, obviously.
Daryl,
Steve Largy, who stepped in for you a couple of times. We can't do these types of broadcasts without a lot of people helping out.
And Scott, it's been a pleasure this season again for us. Hopefully people enjoy the broadcast on GTV Sports, right?
Yep, and now we're going to have to wait another 8-9 months.
Well, I got hockey season on the doorstep right around the corner.
I've got basketball, softball. We do a lot of other things.
You do the basketball?
Yeah, I've been doing that too. So it's just been, like I said, it's been a good all-around time covering this team. Big thank you to Coach Huft and his incredible coaching staff.
Yeah.
They work so hard at what they do, and I want to congratulate all the seniors too.
Yep.
We have Alan, you've seen these kids grow up since they were real little.
Yeah.
I've only been a part of this team for a couple of years.
I mean, the linebacking crew, the offensive line, the defensive line. Boy, it's great to see that a lot of the offensive line and offensive side of the ball will be coming back, Scott.
Yeah.
The defensive line and the defensive unit is pretty much decimated, right?
Yeah, no, I would agree.
I mean, it's mostly all seniors.
I think you got to, Brennan St. Ange, he's a senior. Chouinard, right? Senior. Bernard, Duval. Moses. A lot of these kids, a lot of that defense, you're right. Poisson, Brown, right?
Pinard.
Yeah, they're all. The
linebackers are gone. The D-backs are gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone, Scott.
Yeah.
So last year we lost a lot of offense, and the defense came back. Next year the offense will be coming back, and the defense will be rebuilt.
So some bright spots for Goffstown. I think this year has certainly been Charlie Keith.
Finding a quarterback like Charlie is a diamond in the rough.
When you think about what the job that Charlie Keith did this season was pretty amazing. I know he got a little press coverage in the Union Leader.
Yeah.
But he's just a great kid.
Scott, we're down to 34 seconds here in a chilly Hampton, and it's been a pleasure. Somebody like Adam Moses, I remember the first time I met him.
Yeah.
Walks all the way up my driveway, Scott.
Yeah.
Walked up my driveway.
Yeah.
As a sophomore to sell me a calendar.
Yeah.
He's huffing, he's puffing. You picked me up this morning. You saw my driveway.
Yeah.
He's huffing, he's puffing. I buy the calendar. First game, Melanson goes down against Bedford with a knee injury.
And he steps
Who comes in but a young Adam Moses?
Yeah.
And since that game, Adam has contributed phenomenal. I mean, he's filled in those big shoes by Melanson and didn't look back. I wish all the best to Adam and, like you said, all the other seniors, the Pinard family. I mean, what a legacy for that number.
Yeah, it's just been really great being a part of this team and being around them. Just a bunch of upbeat kids.
Winnacunnett set to punt. Great kick, possibly the best one today. All the way to Duvall on the 20. He cuts back, spins around. He's down at about the 23, 24-yard line. Grizzlies will be 1st and 10 with 22 seconds on the clock. Scott, I don't know. I mean, what are you? 22 seconds.
I don't know. I don't think you take a knee, but you definitely run the ball. I think Coach Huft is the type of guy who's not gonna. He's certainly not going to think he's going to win a game with 22 seconds left. But certainly you want to show fight in you.
Yeah.
And so you might. I don't know. You might see. I would think that knowing Coach.
We got the Gatorade on the coach.
Yeah. Knowing Coach Huft, he's the type of guy who would more than likely just run the ball out. That's just who he is. But we'll see.
Yep. Grizzlies offense come to the line of scrimmage. Charlie Keith, junior quarterback. We'll see him next year. Jack Stinnett, junior running back. We'll see him next year. Charlie calling for it. 2 steps back, looking to pass, rolling to his right. Passes downfield to Duval, who is well covered, double covered, trying to get the ball in the hands of the playmaker.
And look over here, number 20. Now, granted, the ball was all the way across the field. I give you that. But I've always felt that Colby Putnam has got good hands.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get the ball.
Well, the Winnacunnett Warriors will be playing, I think, Pinkerton, and they were leading 31-13 at the half.
I get my phone, but it's in the inside part of my jacket. That's where I was told to keep it warm.
Keith set back, looking to pass. Passes over to Stinnett. He's on his feet. He's got first down. He's across the 40. He's across the 50. He's out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Big gain by Jack Stinnett. 6 seconds on the clock.
And that was a screen pass. And I was saying that's the one play that I wish Goffstown would have run a little bit more today, because when you've got a very aggressive defense, which Winnacunnett had.
Here goes the clock, Scott. This is going to bring us down 3, 2,
and that's it.
And 1, and that's it. Congratulations, Winnacunnett Warriors. They're going to the championship at UNH. Final score, 21 Warriors, Grizzlies 6. Here in a chilly Hampton, New Hampshire. Congratulations, Winnacunnett. Scott, For GTV Sports,
it's been a pleasure. Yep.
Folks, we hope you enjoy the broadcast and every other broadcast that we bring to you. Have a super day.